The Maduro rescue, a deep state bombshell. In the early hours of January 3rd, 2026, the world watched as U.S. Special Forces stormed a heavily guarded compound in Caracas. Nicolás Maduro, the iron-fisted leader of Venezuela, was captured, along with his wife Celia Flores, and swiftly extradited to the United States. The official story: a long overdue arrest for narcoterrorism, drug trafficking, and flooding America with cocaine and fentanyl. But behind the headlines, a far darker and more explosive theory is spreading like wildfire. According to sources close to the intelligence community, whispers amplified by voices like Alex Jones and Patrick Byrne, Maduro wasn't arrested. He was rescued. For months, Cuban intelligence operatives had allegedly turned Maduro into a virtual prisoner inside his own palace. Cuban advisors, long embedded in Venezuela's security apparatus, reportedly controlled his movements, his communications, and his decisions. The man who once ruled with an iron fist was now a puppet on strings pulled from Havana. Why? To keep him silent, to prevent him from defecting, to stop him from revealing secrets that could bring down an entire political machine in Washington. Enter Operation Absolute Resolve, not an arrest, but a daring rescue mission. Elite U.S. operators, backed by years of surveillance and signals intelligence, breached the compound under cover of darkness. They neutralized Cuban guards, extracted Maduro and his wife, and flew them out on Blackhawks that hugged the coastline to evade Venezuelan air defenses. The goal? To bring Maduro safely into U.S. custody so he could finally speak, without fear of Cuban reprisal. And what does he have to say? According to the theory, Maduro is prepared to turn state's evidence against what some call the Democrat deep state. The charges are staggering. Massive election fraud in 2020. Maduro allegedly holds proof, server logs, emails, financial records, that Venezuelan-linked voting technology, Smartmatic and Dominion, was used to manipulate ballots, reroute votes through foreign servers, and flip key swing states for Joe Biden. Money laundering on a historic scale. Billions allegedly washed through Venezuelan networks, funneled back to U.S. political figures and organizations in exchange for protection and influence. Drug trafficking as a weapon. A coordinated effort to flood the United States with fentanyl and cocaine, destabilizing communities and funding a hybrid war against America itself, tied to cartels, gangs like Tren de Aragua, and complicit elites. If true, Maduro's testimony could trigger a cascade of indictments: treason, RICO violations, conspiracy. Names long whispered in the shadows, Obama, Biden, Clinton, Soros, could face the full weight of justice. The 2020 election itself could be called into question. The entire post-2020 political order might unravel. But the stakes are sky high. If Maduro talks, the backlash could be catastrophic. Russia, already furious over the raid, could arm Venezuelan militias for a bloody insurgency. China, losing its oil lifeline, might escalate in the South China Sea. Iran and North Korea could test new red lines. A single defection could ignite proxy wars across multiple continents, or worse. For now, Maduro sits in a secure facility in New York, silent but alive. The rescue, if that's what it was, has bought him time. The question hanging over the world is no longer whether he'll speak, but what he'll say when he does. And when he does, the dominoes will fall. The deep state is watching. The storm is coming, and the silence right now is deafening. Need a discreet way to track your valuables? Check out Pinpoint Cards, ultra-slim GPS wallet trackers the size of a credit card. Real-time location, long battery life, perfect for wallets, keys, or bags. Never lose what matters again. www.pinpointcards.com. Secure your stuff today. Link in bio or comments.